What is up, what ifers? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be looking at some strange TikToks that'll make you rethink everything. So you're gonna want to stay locked in, cause you ain't gonna believe this.
Money is not the real money.
If you have cash, you broke. If you have credit, you broke. You don't have any money if you have cash or credit. I don't care if you have $1 trillion. Just think about it. Let's talk about it. You can go try to buy a house. You can have $10 million cash. They won't give you a house. They won't give you nothing unless what? You have to sign your name on some piece of paper in order to buy anything. Go try to buy a car with all cash.
Nah, them facts, because if you're not responsible, then who they gonna get the money from? Who they're gonna give the debt to? Come on, man. These people really don't be looking for the debt, because they can charge the debt off and get paid for it. Meanwhile, making you still owe them, and your life is a living hell.
And don't sign nothing. They ain't gonna give you nothing. Go have a $9 trillion credit score and go try to buy a car and $10 billion on the table with cash. With no signature. Try it. So technically, the real money is your signature. Without you signing some sort of promise to pay, which is similar to a dollar bill, they ain't gonna give you nothing. So they make you believe cash is money or credit is the money.
Your signature controls everything.
But your signature is the money. So you probably should be learning what? The golden signature. Patreon/AL6F.
And yet again, another person trying to sell some information when they can just give it away for free. And they be like, why should I give it away for free? And I did all the study. And that's because you had time. Most people don't have time.
Shalom, TikTok. How the hell are you? You know what's a crime shame? Is the white elite has dumbed down the Hebrew so bad that he thinks he's a Negro. You know, I was just thinking about that. They don't even know who they are. Now, you talking about a crying shame is to not even know who you are. Don't even know who your real daddy is. They think their daddy is a white guy on a cross hanging up front. That's how bad it's got. And they can't see it. They think that they got to stay in mental slavery and keep worshiping the white man's Jesus. But man, it's terrible. It really is terrible. But I wanted to bring you Hebrews, you know, the ones that know who you are and everything. I wanted to bring y'all a bit of good news. You know, the good news is old Putin is coming to save you. Yahuwah. See, they haven't figured out old Putin is Yahuwah's army. See, they're all united against Babylon. And they're all coming to take Babylon down and to take Yahuwah's crop out. These are what's called reapers in the Bible. When you read the Bible and it talks about reapers, they'll look like locusts when they finally pop up and you actually see it. They're here. You know, a huge army's already here, and it'll look like locusts. It'll look like locusts just popping out everywhere. There's 10, there's 15, there's 20. They all got, you know, bam-bams. So, you know, I just wanted to let you guys know, you that know your Hebrew and you decided to obey your real daddy, Yahuwah, and accept your older brother, Yahushua HaMashiach, instead of the white man's.
Do you hear the underlying passive aggressiveness in his talk? Your real daddy, the you behind the hunkers, whatever he just said. For everybody to know, I know I'm not a Hebrew. And the other blacks or so-called blacks that think that they're Hebrew, go right ahead. I won't stop you, brother. I will not stop you. Do your thing. But I know who my people are. Luckily, I had a family to teach me about my history. For the other people that just claiming that they who they are, yeah, I don't know about all that, man. But do your thing. But you hear the passive aggressiveness. In my last video, this is what I was talking about. It's gonna be some whites, and not white people, But whites, there are going to be some whites out there that don't like us blacks.
White man's Jesus. Putin's sending some people to pick you up and take you home if you're ready to go. If you're ready to be set free from Egypt, Babylon, America, man, got so many names nowadays. But anyway, when you see them soldiers, just go ahead and turn yourself in, and they won't hurt you. As long as you're in the Lamb's Book of Life, they won't hurt you. You just go ahead and turn yourself in, and they'll take you to Yahusha, up on Yahuwah's mountain. But you guys get excited.
It's funny.
Inching in, you're getting closer to Miami, but, don't want you guys to fear nothing. Yahuwah's got you, and he's sending help. So you guys get ready. Your redemption draw nigh. And for the rest of the world, prepare. Shalom. Always forget something. I was thinking about old Putin when he revealed them Hebrew. He opened that oldest vault. See, the oldest is the real proof. Anytime you can get to the oldest of something, the further you go back in history, the closer to the truth. So remember this. But he opened the oldest vault, and it looks like that the people on it are Hebrew. So I thought, man, Dad has revealed it to Putin, the truth about the Hebrews, and now he's sending Putin to come rescue them out. The great harvest, the separation of the wheat and tares. Those, you Hebrews that's woke up and realized you're supposed to obey and use real names and all that kind, not celebrate pagan holidays, all that, eat clean, all that kind of stuff. Congratulations, man. Your redemption draw nigh. They're coming for you, and they're instructed not to even let you stump your foot. You make sure them boys and girls get back to Yahushua HaMashiach. Anyway, congratulations. Shalom.
Just in case the government trying to starve y'all asses, I'm a farmer and I'm going to teach you something. I'm sure you got a potato sitting in your pantry right now that looks like this. You can grow potatoes from a potato. Yo. Every little patch of roots, or what we call eyes, can produce 5 to 6 potatoes. Look at how many eyes are just on this one potato. In order to get these sprouts on a potato, all you got to do is literally set it and forget it. Put these potatoes in a light-facing window and you'll see sprouts probably within 3 to 4 weeks. Growing them is easy as pie. For every set of eyes, all you want to do is cut a piece of that eye. So that one potato got cut down to about 8 different pieces. This next step you don't have to do, but I like to do because I find that I have a higher success than potatoes. Let them heal over for 24 to 48 hours, which basically means they just perform a hardened skin so they don't rot when you put them in the dirt. In my experience, potatoes will grow in damn near anything. Find something that's at least 12 inches deep and has about 6 inches of compost or dirt. Needs to be in a sunny spot that at least gets 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. And remember, when you're planting them, eyes to the sky, which means the eyes are facing the sun. And all you're going to do after this step is use a method called hilling, which means you're going to hide the eyes from the sun with your growing medium. Water thoroughly, and in just a few days, you're going to see green sprouts. And once you see those green sprouts again, you're going to hill them again, which means hiding them from the sun. Every time you hill them, you only just need a few handfuls of dirt or your growing medium. They will continue to grow throughout the season. Once your sprouts hit the top of your bucket and you're no longer to hill them, allow them to continue to grow. Once they start dying back and turning brown, that's when you know it's time to dump your bucket and harvest your potatoes. Regardless if you need to, we all should have the knowledge to grow food. Because if it came down to it, we'd have to rely on each other.
Hope y'all took note. I've been taking notes.
Hey, Sugarfoots. All right, so I was scrolling down my timeline, and I came across this story right here. So this story was about a woman who went to sleep with her husband, her 2 dogs. When she woke up, she was next to an ex in bed, and she knew like something wasn't right. And so she told the ex, she's like, "What are you doing here? And where's my husband?" And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Turn back around." And she's like, rude. Anyways, they didn't really like each other like that, but apparently they did because they're in bed together. And she wasn't at her house and she doesn't know what happened. So then she calls her best friend. She's like, "Bestie, what is going on? And where's Jeffrey?" And she's like, "Who's Jeffrey?" And she's like, my husband. And she's like, "Girl, are you okay?" And she's like, "I'm fine." So then she's like, "Okay, I know I'm not tripping. I need to find my man. My man. So she go ahead and she hires a private investigator. And she's like, "Here, this is his name. This is his Jeffrey. I need you to find my husband, okay?" And so he's like, "I got you." So he goes and looks. He finds all the information. He comes back to her. He's like, "You sure? Like, are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." "Why? Is something wrong with him? Did something happen to Jeff?" And he's like, "You know what? I'm just going to give you this information right here." So she shoots him over his like address and everything, right? So she's like, "Yes, I'm about to go get my man. He going to look at me and he going to know I'm his and he's mine, right? So she knocks on the door. This big old buff guy opens the door, and he's like, hello? And she's like, hi, I came here because my husband, Jeffrey, he lives here. And he's like, excuse me, what do you mean your husband, Jeffrey? She's like, yeah, you know my husband? He's like, sweetie, that is not your husband. Jeffrey is my husband. Who are you?
Lord.
And she's like, no, that's my man. So they have this whole the boy is mine moment, Brandy and Monica, you know? And then Jeffrey comes to the door, and she said Jeffrey is a very like gym rat built man. You know what I'm saying? He looks like, she said like a mob, something. I don't know. But she said, but that's just a look. That's just a look. Anyway, so then he comes to the door, and he got on a shirt, and it got flowers on it. And she's like, why is my man wearing flowers? And he's like, honey, hello, how can I help you? And she's like, it's me. Remember me? Smell my hand. And he's like, and so you don't remember her.
Nah, she had a dream about finding out who her husband really is. That's what he really is on the low. She said he's a gym rat. You know, those type of guys be really into themselves. They be like the mirror. They love the mirror, right? Yeah, I don't know, but I digress.
Because he don't know her. And so then him and his husband is looking at her up and down. And he's like, honey, come in. And he offers her a drink because he's like, child, you need this more than me. You know what I'm saying? And so now she's sitting up there with her man and her man's man. And they're eating crumpets and tea. Okay. I don't know if that was their eating, but it just sounded right. Anyway, so they're eating and taking like, anyways. Okay. So that happened, right? And if y'all don't know me, hi, I'm Michelle Stacks Doss. I am the one who went viral for probably over half of the world thinking I was crazy because I explained how I went to sleep with myself and my 2 children, and then I woke up. And when I woke up, I was 10 again in my mama's bed. And when I opened my door and I looked across the hallway, my sister was there, my deceased sister, right? And the gag is, it all happened again. So that's me. If you haven't met me, nice to meet you. Anyway, so when you told your story, girl, I automatically was like, I know what she's talking about. Because first thing you said was, the atmosphere felt different. Child, that's what happened to me. I knew I wasn't at my house. I was next to somebody, but it wasn't like a danger or a fear. It was someone that I knew. Like I knew them. I couldn't see because my mama keeps her whole house dark. Well, at night when she's trying to sleep in the daytime,
girl,
you
come
can't
on
see
now.
her hand in her room. Anyways, so I go and I open the door and I see my sister. But when you said the atmosphere was different, I knew immediately that I wasn't where I was supposed to be. So I wanted to tell you, girl, you was not dreaming. That wasn't a dream. After I posted my story, and half of the people said I probably had schizophrenia. I don't. But after I posted my story, I went down this rabbit hole of parallel universes, astral projection, alternate universes. So that's what I think happened to you. I think you shifted to an alternate parallel universe where I think each of our decisions that we make are on another parallel, on another plane, happening spontaneously at the same time as what we have going on. Anyway, so I believe you shifted, and it could have been in the form of, it seemed like a dream, but that was real because you felt you were able to call on your phone. You had all these things. All these things let me know that, girl, that was just a different universe, parallel universe. So welcome to that. But if you haven't been on my page, y'all go look. I need to revamp the story because...
Okay, that's enough of that. But I'm going to say this because I believe in parallel universes. I've talked about it many times on this channel. I for one believe that dreams are the gateway to these parallel universes. So when you're dreaming, you're actually dreaming about your alternate self in an alternate universe. That's how I think it works, because you've ever had those dreams of you being rich and just not famous. Some of us probably had rich and famous dreams, right? But just being rich and well off, right? That could be you in a parallel universe, and you're just slightly visiting that universe with a megawatt, a small piece of yourself. You're getting to look into it spiritually. That's what I think. But what y'all think?
So let me get this straight. 37 presidential candidates in Mexico who were running for president were all assassinated. All of them were killed, murdered. But the only one who wasn't killed is this one Jewish lady who was going to win. I believe she already won. So Mexico is now going to have a female Jewish president. But again, all
the
37
J words
candidates were assassinated. No longer on Earth. Dead. Rest in peace. Gone. Make it make sense. Stop playing with me. But let's pretend it never happened. Let's go get our Starbucks.
Damn, the J words are evil, bro. They evil. They came and conquered this land, and then now they just going all over the world with it. They international with it, boy.
Okay, so now that we know that the Messiah is black, we can go ahead and scrap all of these images of the white Jesus, right? Now, if you look at this article, it's saying, is the U.S. going to war with Russia over Ukraine? Now, I want to say this to Caucasian America. If Caucasian America decides on their own that they are going to war with Russia, I can pretty much guarantee that you are not going to have the black help that you've always had in history to save you from your conflicts. As you can note throughout history, that Caucasians don't do good business. And that when they came over here to America to take over land that was already occupied, right? For them to be able to conquer these dark-skinned melanated people, they used other melanated people to aid them into conquering us. Blacks have always been pawns for Caucasians throughout history. When they can't finish the war and get the job done, they call us. They have a history of shitting on us after we've done the job for them. The moment that they enlisted other blacks, Indians, to help push us back, they turned around and turned on the same black people that helped them win the war for them to even set up shop in South Carolina. Just like World War II, when they can't get the job done, who do they send? Black people to fight their own mess, to clean up their own mess. My grandfather fought in World War II. And he was telling me stories of how when they captured business and the world is burning from it.
Oh, I went too far back. Ain't too far forward.
Stock rises. Job is done. They shit on us. Business and the world is burning from it.
Oh, my bad. I know why it's doing that. My bad, y'all.
Shit on us every time. It's
my granddad fought in World War II also. Told me a lot of stories. Made his soul recipe. Told us a lot of stories when we were younger. So look, it's crazy how black people were done in the military in those days. And it still kind of happens today, truth be told. Man, old Sleepy Joe. Okay. Don't know where the hell he is. He don't know what the hell to be happy about. Either he a clone and he malfunctioning, or that motherfucker senile. What is he doing? Bring your ass on here, Joe. Don't be looking this way. Just this is who's running the country. Just making crazy decisions. Oh my God. It's so robot-like. Look at it. It's crazy. I almost thought it was a green screen.
Now, I know I'm not the only one that's thinking to myself, something is most definitely off.
You shouldn't have to go to work every single day of your life. Because, buddy, working hard at a 9-to-5 gets you absolutely nowhere. It's what you do when you're off work that gets you somewhere. Trust me, your allegiance to that 9-to-5 doesn't get you nothing, bro. Because they do not care about you. The only thing they care about is what you can give them at work every day. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, bro. So the last thing you want to do at a job is be a good worker, because they're not going to give you benefits. They're going to give you a worse position than you were originally in, and you'd be wishing you could go back to that other position because it was stress-free. All right? So you ain't about to sit here and tell me I'm lazy for calling off work, because it ain't no way I'm about to go to this job every single day of my life, and I'll take no days off to do what I want to do. Okay? That's life. You know what I mean? What would you do? What you mean? I made the mistake. When I was working at the rice mill, I was jumping, doing everything. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got this. Oh, don't worry, boss, I got this. Next thing I know, what happened a few months later? hey man, we got you a new position coming up. It's like $15 an hour. You was making 11. You want to come do it? Guess what I did? I agreed. A year later in that position, I hated it and regretted it for the rest of my life.
Been there, done that. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it here. As you can see, all the videos are all about this so-called war that's about to happen. Putin revealing that they pray to a black god. Hell, the Pope did that years ago. This ain't nothing new. So what does that mean for me or to me? Not a goddamn thing. What does it? I just think it's a tactic to try to lure us back into that religious cycle that we already were in with the white Jesus. You know, that's just my thought. I don't really know what to think. Don't get offended by how I think. This is just my opinions that I am entitled to, just like you're entitled to your own opinions, man. Like I always say at the end of the video, don't challenge me, challenge the argument, okay? So if you feel like I'm wrong, just tell me why you feel like I'm wrong. Don't get on here and try to purposely down and degrade me as a person because I said I don't do something that you do, or I think differently from you. But you know, I'ma say this, bro. Love conquers all, man. That's all we gotta do. All we gotta do is love each other and fight this system back and break it down. That's all we gotta do. YouTube, I'm not inciting any kind of uprisings. I'm just saying, this is for entertainment purposes only. That's all it is. But that's what we should do as a people. Love each other and be good to this earth, because you know, when we're not good to it, then all the earthquakes and all of this natural phenomena that we see now happen, and it could put us in danger. Because the earth is mad. The earth is like, what the are y'all doing? I need for y'all to do better. And the earth is giving us signs. Mother Nature is giving us signs. But we are down here where we're stressed out, overworked, tired, sick, constantly going to the hospital, where we can't pay attention to the signs that Mother Nature is giving us. And it was designed that way, by design, to keep us from figuring out nature and getting to know nature. But it's time for us to get back to nature, and you can start by gardening. You know why you can start by gardening? Because it keeps you outside. Did you know that the word SAD is an actual acronym for a sickness, and it's called seasonal affective disorder, and it affects people who don't get enough sunlight? Did you know that? Did you know that? It's a real thing. So with that being said, we got to get back outside. You know why we're not used to the sun and why you think the sun is heating up? Because we're eating everything under the sun that we don't supposed to eat, and it's cooking our ass from the inside out. That's what radiation does. Radiation cooks from the inside and breaks the skin on the outside later. That stuff is toxic, y'all. So they tried to hide it by making it an actual word and say you're down, oh, you're just sad, because they didn't want you to know that sad is an actual disorder. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy what you can hide from people in books. But with that being said, and like I always say, do what you will with that information. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. Hop in the description, follow me in all my social medias. And remember, challenge the argument and not the person.